What is up, guys? It is Leon, and today we are playing some Luxidor, or reviewing a game I played with Luxidor, and it's going to be great, and I'm going to love it, and I got energy, and you got energy, and let's go. So, Luxidor, you got a lot of openings. It's very flexible, very fun. If you're just looking for a chill game, play Luxidor. Luxidor is pretty chill. They're like a pretty fun go-to tribe. You're like, you don't know what to do? Play Luxidor. Just play Luxidor, guys. So, turn 0, you kind of just produce a warrior. Apparently you can go for like the 3 warrior thing. I think I do go for the 3 warrior stuff. And I find a village pretty early on. That's beneficial. And we do get the lighthouse spawn, and that's pretty great. So we can get our capital rolling pretty early. And we are playing barter, so we do need this advantage. Barter being one of like almost S tier type, what's it called? S tier tribes. So we just keep moving. We get produce our 3rd warrior, but this landmass is looking to be kind of tiny, kind of not so big, but not too bad, So we're just moving. We got our villages going, and I believe we do get hunting. Yeah, we get hunting because parallel resources. I can upgrade this city. I can upgrade that city. It's just looking great. It's looking pretty good, but we still are behind in points, and it's barter. They got some pretty easy um, villages, and depending on the density, you never know. So here we go. Get some free stars, and we find another village there. That's pretty good. Like, we're getting some pretty decent villages. I'm loving life as it is. You're Luxidor, looking for the good things in life. And we just keep moving, and we get fishing here. Number 1, it's continents. I'm pretty sure. No, it's lakes. It's lakes, though. It's lakes, but, lakes, you can get, like, one big lake in the middle. And that's what this is shaping up to be. And also, there's a crap ton of fishes here. That's just, like, efficient. Eco gain. That's a whole city level up off of just fishes, which is kind of crazy. Very fortunate. And we got the lumber huts too, because we got forestry and fishing. I think in the same turn. Or at least we were saving up some stars, and we were just like, hey, why not just invest that? Anyways, we invested that, and it will pay off indeed. So we got the lumber hut. We're gonna level up next turn, I believe. This city, yeah, and we're just getting on that room and expanding, and we are eventually just gonna get on the water. And we got a population. No, we didn't. Okay. Anyways, we get mathematics as well, just because look at these forests. We can level up this city pretty early on. This is like a giant turn 8 is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, and so that's just the offensive pressure that we need to win this game. And so we're just trucking. We're just moving. All right, guys. So okay, we got a giant already. Pretty insane. And we're just gonna plop him right on the water with and we're gonna get another giant, and we're just producing. We are a power plant of giants. We just make giants. We pump them out like it's nobody's business. All right, guys. And we're looking to see, okay, we got a pretty good landmass over here. That's what it seems like. Okay, we can see there's land this way. This is looking to be, or shaping up to be, pretty good. And I still don't know what my opponent is playing. So continents, you got some variety. So continents, like I say, the strongest tribes would probably be Kiko. They would be Aquarion, they would be, I don't know, Kiko and Aquarion come to mind. You can play other tribes too, but those are the dominant ones. And we get an explorer down here, which is good. We get to see, okay, nice village here. We can jump on that immediately. This is very good, and we're just gonna move this guy all the way down here. He's gonna take a super long journey down there. I hope he discovers himself and such. We can get some pretty good connections if we get roads here, but that's kind of a pain. So we just start leveling up, and we get a population growth, which is great. And we see our opponent for the first time, and they just kind of stepped into our giant. That's kind of just a free boat. That's like I'm assuming that's a warrior. That's a seven-star investment down the drain. Sorry, bro. But he did get some vision. I mean, at least you can give him that much, And our giants are literally just moving in on his territory. He's unbeknownst to him. We're just pumping out giants, and I'm sure he has some too, but not nearly as fast or as quickly as we do, because we're at 3 cities, guys. And we are looking at some pretty good prospects here, at least as far as cities go. And even if like these barter cities that we're gonna get, they have a pretty high forest rate. So forestry and mathematics is definitely gonna benefit us in the long run. And we do get organization just for this level up, and I don't know, because producing units, you can go from organization to strategy. It just makes sense. It's a good jump, a pretty logical one too, and it's pretty efficient for making like heftier units that give you better traits. So We're just moving. Got some juggernauts on the field. We just gotta make sure that we don't, get screwed over here. And, have them pretty safe places, they don't want to get sniped. Anyways, he just plops a giant straight onto ours. Number one, that's a mistake for two reasons. Number one, the splash damage on the giant is not that much. It's not that much. And even though you get some like reciprocal damage on these two units, I wouldn't say it's worth it. For reasons we are about to see. But number two, I can hit your giant for more damage than your giant can splash onto mine. And I'm just gonna have like a damage quote unquote advantage. And you have the scout here, but like this is essentially a trade when it should have been better than that. You could have squeezed out some more value out of that giant, but now it could turn into a trade or even just not a trade, just like a bad thing. I get an explorer here trying to get some vision on my opponent, and I do. It's a pretty good explorer. It gets us to the capital, essentially revealing like almost the entire territory. I can assume they have a third city, so they're at 3 cities right now, and that's why we're ahead now in points, just because their lack of expansion is getting to them, and they still haven't claimed this village. And if they don't claim it, I will, as you will soon see. It's kind of weird on the opponent's behalf. They're not really expanding very quickly, very fastly, very efficiently. Fastly is not a word. That's not the point. So we're just moving. We're moving. We're trucking. We're getting to it. And we're trying to see the scouts here. This is a little. It's not ideal. Like to having produced just here. But as far as this goes, it's not too bad. They do snipe our little guy here. Or what is it called? The raft. But, it's fine. And this giant is going to attack this giant. We're going to be ahead on damage as far as the giant goes. And if he doesn't do anything about it, I'm just going to use this giant. I'm just going to, I don't know, I'm going to maybe heal him for a few turns. And good as new, just shine him off. Anyways, now he's up to 2 giants. And I'm assuming this is his second giant. So as far as giants go, we're pretty ahead. We produced a giant back here as well. And we're just moving. We're just going at it. And it's looking pretty good. I can't hate it, if I'm being honest. Brightness kind of dropped, if you can't tell. I don't know if you guys can tell, but anyways. We get a good smack, and with these warriors here, we can also just get a lot of easy damage. Just a juggernaut stuck in the water. What's it going to do? And, maybe I should have plopped it on the land just to get, like I don't know, a safety net there. I don't have to technically produce any units here because this is just like an area of influence here. And we do get strategy. And we get defenders. Number one, I wasn't so sure about the city. I just wanted to make sure, okay, is this going to hold? This is going to give me my best chance. And I also want to get a city wall in the city. It's going to be our, I guess, as of now, our most forefront city. This city is going to be it later. Because I guess he's just doing nothing about the giant. Because he's just kind of doing nothing. And we're being kind of aggressive and expansive. But it's kind of paying off. We're going to get this lighthouse. We're going to see, because we got almost all corners of the board. We're going to go for an explorer here probably, is what I recall. And see if we can, like, get that little lighthouse in this corner, get Eye of God even. And, we're just moving. So we get the village, get that splash damage on both of these, and we just put another giant down. Now we're just kind of moving giants in, and it's not looking so great for the opponent. We get some good easy stars here, and we do get an easy level up here as well. And we get a border growth. Just to, number one, stifle any, like, movement in this direction if they're trying to, like, land attack. Don't know what type of text they got, what they're cooking with there. And number two, I don't know. I think it was for the forestry as well, because this works good. That's like an extra 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a level up here. So it's a pretty decent thing to do. I mean, it's not too bad. These cities are still pumping out units like it's nobody's business, and it's just looking good. So we got the city wall here as I promised, and they see, okay, they stepped on this. We would have wanted to get this with the naval unit, but sometimes it's just life. And they do get up some battleships and navigation, and that is a hefty investment, let me tell you. And number one, battleships, they're expensive. Number two, they're not that efficient. Maybe if you can pay them back with some stars, I see the opponent's got a star over here, but like it's still not ideal in my personal opinion. So we're still going. They got this. It's a little annoying. We just plop a defender on there. I think we're just going to start training defenders out of the city. And they're going to be some beefier units. Could take some more hits, maybe rammers even, just to like plop defenders on a city for a siege. That's like really hard to kick off. But anyways, we're going to level up the city. we're gonna get to it. We're gonna. And also, we're pretty close. At least this city is pretty close to their city. Like, this is a pretty good extension. We can plop some giants here. Like, as far as defense goes, I don't think we're gonna. They have too much like ranged units on this. Like, they can train multiple scouts or just like had this is enough pressure. 1, 2, 3. This is like right on the city. So as far as this goes, we're just gonna back this giant up. We're not gonna train any units here, but he won't be able to take. And I do get riders number one. I'm thinking, hey, maybe I can do some ground assault to their capital. Maybe that'll work. Maybe I don't know how that'll pan out. And we're getting this city down here as well, but we do not have the stars to level it up. Got some pretty good resources as well. You got some pretty decent stuff. That's a lumber hut here. That's a lot of hunting. That's a fish and a fruit. We got all the basic stuff. So pretty cheap stuff here. Anyways, so he moves his giant on here, trying to do some like I don't know, trying to get up close and personal. Of course, we're just gonna block him off here, and we're just gonna plop another giant down. He's just completely blocked here. We're just gonna plop him here. He can move here. If he moves here, we're up on damage as far as that goes. We can even get a rider here just to smack it enough to weaken it even more. It's just not gonna do as much damage, and we're gonna be able to take that giant if he does so choose to do that. And he has this giant here. He's producing just as well as we are. We are still ahead in terms of economy, I do believe. Actually, I'd like to know. So let me see my opponent real quick. What do they see? So they don't see this up here. They don't know about this city. But they do know about this city. They do know about all this stuff over here. They got this and this. Okay, so as far as expansion goes, they're doing fine. They're doing fine and dandy. They got the city wall here. This is their most extended city. Probably will be the entirety of the game. They are training catapults. Quite curious. Quite a strange thing to see, but they're doing it. And with 4 cities now, they're doing quite well. But you're gonna see, we're just gonna out expand them with our expansiveness. Like they just didn't expand as much as we did, as quickly as we did. And now we have how many cities compared? They have 3. They have 4 actually. 4 guys. They have 4. So 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 to 8. Is that fair? Absolutely not. They're getting cooked. And I didn't see their stars per turn, so we're 32. They are. What are they? 17. Yeah, so we're just outproducing. This game is basically over. But you still gotta play. You still gotta play on, my guy. So let's look at my perspective real quick. So much greener, so much less barren. Beauty wins overall. And we are producing a giant even up here with this sawmill spot. Again, this is a really good sawmill spot here, so why not nab that? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we could even look into investing into markets, but I don't think the game's not going to go on that long. It's not. So we're just producing. We're cooking up. We're going to get an explorer here, trying to get some vision this way, see if we can reach that end with the explorer, and we do. Barely on the last tick, we get Eye of God, which is going to really help out with some easy level ups, some pretty good stuff. And we're plopping our giants here, just trying to basically just block out this giant. This giant can't step on anything. We got a defender here. I don't know about this defender. That's not ideal, I don't think, but it's all right. Could be a lot worse. And we do level up the city for a second giant, I do believe. Yes, another one, not a second giant. What giant number is this? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, 4 giants. Oh, 5 giants with this one. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, 5 giants. Dang. 5 giants to 2, because he did throw away that 1 giant, and that's something I used to do. I've smartened up, and we can see as the game starts moving on, we get a catapult here. Number 1, we can snipe that city, and we could probably plop a giant on it here, get some pretty good value, and we do end up like I don't know, emptying out that city. This battleship here. I do believe he lacks vision in this direction, so if he just runs into my catapult, hey, that's fine by me. I'm not afraid of that. Not afraid of that, not one bit. In fact, I enjoy it. I more than enjoy it, I welcome it. And this is looking to be pretty good, of course, as I've said. He does move this giant onto that ruins. That's a mistake, in my personal opinion. We do get roads. I do believe I connect the capital. That's how I got this, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I can't tell. Anyways, yeah. We got roads. I'm pretty sure it was to... I don't know. We connected these. If we get ports on one of them, we connect them to the rest of these. We get some pretty amazing connections as far as that goes. We're going to get the network monument pretty soon, and we're start producing some scouts, just chipping at that. And I was anticipating Giant just plopping onto here. I do think it might hold, I'm not doing the calculations on that, of course, but it might have. But he does opt for just the splash over here, which is, I guess, fine. But again, these can run away, do some more chip. You know, I could train a catapult back here if he also chooses to siege here, and I'm not very afraid of that, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm just not. I'm just not. So, whatever he so chooses to do, it's just not looking so great. And I think he realizes that, especially here when he does get sieged. I'm pretty sure we do siege just walled city with our giant. No, we don't. Oh, yeah. But we produce defenders. We start producing it. And he just gives up. He just gives up. And I completely understand why. Number one, there's two giants here, just like completely demoralizing. You know, you can plop a defender here, no problem. It'll be pretty hard to break through, even with like a bunch of naval units, but they just don't have it. And the star per turn is like 35 to whatever the crap. This guy doesn't restubble, too, which is kind of funny to me. But I mean, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse, and it could be, but it's not obviously. And we're cooking here. We're just cooking straight up. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Join the Discord. Join the Discord, guys. Join the Discord if you're into that stuff. If you're not, still join it. I need some people. Like, you want to be in a video, you want to pop in, you know, in the golden age of this channel, you know, when he walked in, not when he fall off like a year later, predicting my downfall. It's not very bright, but yeah, whatever. And, you know, you guys want to be part of the channel. You guys want to contribute, want to help me out, want to tell me things, comment, please. Tell me what to do, how to be smarter, how to play better. The goal, guys, is to beat Justini. Justini is actually cracked. The more I watch him play, the more scared I am of him and his talents. And it's very scary, and I can't sleep at night sometimes. But that's besides the point. Why? Why? Because we're learning, and we're growing, and we're expanding. Like my territory on the square. But regardless, guys, thank you so much for being here, for supporting the channel, etc., etc. Just thank you. Au revoir, chai, goodbye, and just bye, I guess.